Right, we'll just chinwag away for a minute while I do a sound check. They've kept that quiet though about Kempy.
Mm.
That
Let
changes
me have
things.
a look at X because I haven't heard anything. Mind you, I don't hear anything these days.
Sounds fine. Ready to go on.
Um, Drew Kemp.
Right, Palmer, take us away, me old fruit.
So it's a very, very good evening or morning or afternoon, whatever time of day you choose to watch us, and welcome to Shoot Some Shale, powered by D&D Media. The graphic that you'll see on screen, I do hold my hand high and responsible because I made a boo-boo on the graphic. Unfortunately, Scunthorpe are not taking a 2-point lead into this. Oxford are taking a 2-point lead into this. My night's only going to get worse, so we've brought a guest in Mr. Daniel Winchester to commentate with Mr. Dylan Hodgetts. I'm going to mute this off, and now I'm going to go and cry.
You do that. Yeah, as Palmer's just said, we've got me and Winchester tonight. Dan coming in for Alan, who's decided to go and walk the dog. But thought we'd give someone else an opportunity, doing our bit for the community and all that. So it's a very good evening to Mr. Winchester.
Good evening, Wolfie. Good to have you back here, mate. Really enjoying, looking forward to this.
Should be a good one.
Yeah, definitely.
Before we sort of look too much into it, should we have a look at the two teams?
Yes, we can indeed. I will start off with the Oxford team, and they are led at number 1 by Sam Masters. Number 2 will be Cameron Heaps. Number 3 will be Aston Belgian. Guest at number 4 will be Redcar's Dan Gilks. Number 5, the ever wily Scott Nichols, the 7-time British champion. And the 2 reserves, number 6, Luke Colleen, and another guest at number 7, Jodie Scott. So Oxford, they're holding a 2-point lead going into tonight's all-important second leg. Wolfie, do you want to do the Scorpions team?
We will in a second. We'll get your riders to watch first for Oxford.
Yeah, it's a toss-up here between. I mean, you've got to look at Sam Masters and Scott Nichols as the two sort of top guns in the Oxford team. It all depends how Ashton Belgian gets on tonight as well. He's on a bit of a rich vein of form. Of course, he had that 15-point max at Redcar a couple of weeks ago. But I think to keep it fair, keep it natural, I'm going to go for Sam Masters as a man to watch tonight. He's been flying around Oxford all season, and hopefully he can kick on and lead the Oxford boys to a win tonight.
I'm going to go with Cameron Heaps. He's been really good around Oxford this year. He had a bit of a tough one the last meeting we watched from Oxford, but I think he's coming on good. He looked good at Scunny last Friday as well. I don't think his points quite reflected the effort he put in, and he's really mastered this Sandy Lane circuit, so I'm going to go for him. For the Scorpions, there is a change to the lineup on the screen. Michael Palm-Toft is not here, and Berwick's Drew Kemp comes in to guest at number 1. Connor Mountain rides at number 2, skipper Simon Lambert at 3, Jake Allen at 4, Carl Howarth at 5, Nathan Ablett at 6, and Luke Harrison at number 7. Mr. Winchester, your Scunny man to watch.
I'm going to go for Jake Allen. Having a last season, Jake rode really, really well. It was almost like having 3 number 1s at Scunny. So Jake, I think, will be on the go from Heat 1, when he's out in Heat 3. Again, Howarth, it all depends which Carl Howarth turns up after Monday night, because that was a bit of a hit and miss, really. Of course, he pulled out of the CLRC the night before, then miraculously recovered to ride for Sheffield. So yeah, it's it's a close scoreline. Advantage either way can swing it for both teams. So I'm going to go for Jake Allen as my one to watch.
I'm going to go with the Scunny reserve, Luke Harrison. He was absolutely fantastic on Friday. Epitomised by the fact he came in to take a reserve ride for Michael Palm-Toft in E13. Started really well, did tail off a little bit at the end, but I think reserves win your meetings, and if he's on form, he could really put some pressure on the Oxford pair.
Yeah, they always say that reserves can win your meetings, as you said there, Dylan. And Harrison is on good form. There is Drew Kemp on screen, the guest we didn't know about until
Just
like 5 minutes. Yeah, literally like 5 minutes ago.
The two team managers for tonight are Peter Schroek for Oxford and David Howe for Scunny, and we'll be up and underway in about 10 minutes. Little bit different weather to last week when they were here.
Yeah, definitely. It's the sun's shining. High's about 20 degrees out there at the moment for Oxford. Track's looking in really good condition, but of course, with this time of year, the sun sets a lot more quicker, so it will change the track conditions as the night progresses. But hopefully, there we've got Jason Harold there talking to the two team captains of Scott Nichols and Simon Lamb. He's just talking to Scotty there first. Scott's been a revelation for Oxford this year, and only doing the championship, but he's had so many guest appearances. He's almost been for every team in the league.
Yeah, he's had a few guest rides for Birmingham and Ipswich in the top league, and a couple. I think he's had a couple in the championship. I don't actually know, to be fair, but he's going really well this year. And Simon Lambert's a very tall fella.
Yeah, absolutely. So you can see the way he rides as well. He sort of sits upright on the bike as he's going to the corner, and it's strange to watch. But when he's on his game, it's with Lambert. I mean, you look at last year when Scunny went to Poole, and Simon had a 12 ride, like 4 rides, 4 wins, and only lost out in Heat 15 on that full ride maximum. But if Simon gets going, he can certainly mix up with the big boys. So yeah, I mean, it's poised very, very evenly for tonight's match, 46-44. Wolfie, do you have a score prediction for tonight's match? How do you see how's one going?
I fear for Scunny. I think this could be a 55-35 at least. I think it could be an absolute massacre, to be honest. Scunny needed to bring a lead here. It's as simple as that, and he needs everything's in Oxford's court now.
Yeah, I'm the same. I think. It all depends on which riders turn up for Scunny tonight. Because of course, let's say Carl Howarth, the miraculous Carl Howarth, recovering from that injury. But yeah, I think Oxford should win. It's that middle order that's going to be the catalyst, and also the reserves as well. Because if they can score points, it's going to be a walkover for Oxford. Obviously, all depends how Heaps, Belgian, Jilks, Colleen, and Scott will ride. Have we got Rory Schlein on the track now, talking to Sam Masters? Of course, Sam's in the Leicester team that are in the Premiership final on next Monday against either Bellevue or Sheffield.
Is that when it is? I had no idea that was when it was.
I believe so. It normally is, because after they have the semi-finals, they don't have a week to prepare. They always go in like straight after.
Yeah.
And I've seen the weather forecasts for like the week, like next week and week after. I'm hoping they'll get both legs done pretty much there and then. But Sam, ever since he's left Edinburgh, he's been a revelation for Oxford. No matter where he goes, he's always been scoring points. Away from home, he'll have like a difficult first ride, like a second or a third, but then he'll just change his setup, and then bang, he'll be like straight in with win after win after win after win. And I think I've ever seen him score less than like 10 points once, I think, because he's certainly getting the quality. Of course, all 3 teams on the on Sam's race jacket there, the Spires, Cheaters, and the Chargers. So a nice little plug for those 2 teams as well.
Oxford have got it all right, haven't they? The merchandise is right, the track's getting better now. It took a couple of seasons to bed in, but it is getting there now. And they are doing a lot right.
Yeah, completely agree. I mean, that's how you want to see teams, how you want to see teams go in Speed. Of course, it's professional league, the championship. So, sponsorship and all that is paramount into the sport to keep the boys going. Track looks really ripped up there on that start line. Rory there just putting his boot into the dirt, and that is very, very packed in. Dylan, your thoughts on the track there, because it looks very, very ripped up.
Me and Palmer have watched a fair amount of Oxford this season, and it has been a bit of a thing that they've done this year, rip the starts up, and it is very grippy. Max Change Rover's not got white trainers on, to be honest. He usually goes on track walking white trainers. And he's got that stupid man bun going on as well. My God. I do like Rory. Got a lot of time for Rory.
Oh yeah, I remember seeing Rory ride in 2004 at at the Falcons when he was riding there for Edinburgh, and I think he scored like 13, 14 points from that meeting. Didn't help the Monarchs to win though, unfortunately, but it was good to see him, Rory. Plagued with injuries most seasons is Rory. So I think if I'm right in saying he's actually called it quits on his career again, because obviously he came out of retirement and he's obviously gone back into retirement now because of his injuries.
I'm not surprised if he has, to be honest. I ain't saw anything, but word gets around, and I wouldn't be surprised if he has, because that was an awkward crash he had at Scunny a few months back, and there were some pretty nasty injuries he got, so, you know, he's not getting any younger, is he? So I wouldn't be surprised. And two Wolves legends on the track walk at the moment, which is nice.
Yeah, absolutely. You can always tell when Wolverhampton were riding, you always guarantee with Sam Masters, and of course, like Leicester's taken half the Wolves team to them this year, of course, with Becker, Douglas, and of course Sam Masters, and of course the connections with Wolverhampton Speedway, you know, very very deep in Leicester's favour.
And Brum, to be fair, Leicester got 3, Birmingham got 3. Rory was the only one who didn't go to a Premiership team, and that was by choice, because Birmingham actually did speak to Rory, so, and he wasn't interested. So it's good to see the Midlands-based riders staying Midlands-based, even though one half's in the East Midlands.
Totally agree with that, Dylan. Of course, the Cab Direct Championship table, obviously this is the playoffs effectively now. So the top 4 teams were Poole, Oxford, Scunny, and Workington. Poole got rid of Workington, so they're waiting for the winners of this match. However, Oxford, I think one more away win. Of course, they only finished 3 points behind Poole in the table. So they could have, in theory, if they had a decent last match, they could have at least either drawn top or finished top by 1 point. Of course, they had 8. They had the more bonus points. They had 8, apart from Poole had 6 bonus points and Oxford had 8. But it was those losses away that did it. Poole only lost 2 matches away from home, and Oxford lost 4. So it's still very, you know, evenly matched in terms of you get the top 2 in the championship going into the grand final. You know, it could be anybody's.
Yeah, it could, and riders are just going for their little walk around the track now. There's a strange fellow called Dan Palmer in the comments saying Scunny are going to win 47-43. I think Palmer's been on the booze already.
Yeah, to see that they're taking the long way around the track. The boys there normally they go across the centre green and obviously delaying the track. Of course, you've got to give the fans, you know, as much publicity as possible. So it's looking at a lot of blue in that's one like 2 matching colours almost. They both got blue and yellow.
Me and Palmer have said this. The Workington and Poole one was a kit clash as well, with both being blue and white.
I think a lot of them are. I think Edinburgh and Plymouth are a couple of them. Scunny and Oxford. I think the only team that hasn't got blue in it is oh blimey, who hasn't got blue in their
Glasgow and Redcar, mush.
Well, they got the Scottish flag, so it would be just Redcar, wouldn't it?
Yeah, they don't count though.
Nah, that's true.
Look how tall Drew Kemp is to David Howe. He's a tall fella. Conor Martin looks really small, sandwiched in between Simon Lambert and Drew Kemp.
Of course, you can spot Dan Jilks there a mile off in the all-black race suit, because that was his old Plymouth Centurions kit that he had back in 2021. So, of course, nice seeing Dan Jilks back in having a few guest appearances this season. Of course, only raced in the Premiership for Sheffield last year. So, looking ahead, looking for a decent night. Both the riders are just checking out the grids. 2 and 4, 1 and 3. 2. I see you've got 1 and 3. They've been checked out by Kyle Howarth. A lot of them going for gate 4 there, just checking out the grip on gate 4. So would that be a sign of things to come for the opening race?
We'll wait and find out. Palmer's just pointed out Berwick also don't have blue in their suit, although they did have a nice shade of blue in it last year. Berwick have got really nice race suits, to be fair.
Yeah. So start marshal's edge of the centre man just talking to the 2 team captains again. They get another bite, and as they're going through the Scunthorpe lineup, taking a look at Luke Harrison there,
Any
star of the future.
Any referee watchers out there? Tonight's referee's Seth Perkin. So it's not referees of a Premiership nature that have made a couple of howlers recently. So hopefully we'll have a nice easy night and we'll all be in bed by 9:30.
I hope so too. Dylan.
Luke Harrison's a rider that could potentially attract some Premiership interest if he's had a really good season, and if he were to be back at Scunny next season, if their proposed team comes to fruition, Luke Harrison starts in the main body, and he's really progressed. I remember seeing him at Wolves as a mascot in 2022, and he was really good. He got to grips with the tight Monmore track, so he can ride big and small tracks, and he's definitely one for the future, I think, and he's got the right people around him with his dad Andy. And everyone in his family helping him out. Palmer knows him quite well, working with him, and he seems to be quite grounded as well.
You see Nathan Ablett there, number 6, Cole House, number 5. Jake Allen, my man to watch at number 4 there for the Scorpions. Here's Mr. Palmer's favourite rider, Mr. Stud himself, Simon Lambert. Connor Mountain at number 2 there. And of course being led at number 1 by the last minute guest replacement of Drew Kemp.
We have to also wish Simon Lambert the best because he's a D&D Media sponsored rider.
Absolutely. So moving across to the home team Oxford, as the camera just makes its way down to the bottom end, we see number 7, and that's the guest for the Cheetahs tonight, which is Jody Scott. Luke Colleen at number 6. I think that's his brother Declan there on the pushing him off there. 7-time British champion Scott Nichols at number 5, and look, there's Mr. Hutty on the centre there. With Hutty on the push off. There we go. Brilliant, good to see Hutty there. Dan Jilks, the guest appearance there for Dan. Ashton Belgian, number 3, definitely on top form. Spanned by Mr. Palin there, Jordan Palin. I did see there on the behind him there. Cameron Heaps, long time rider, Australian. And of course, being partnered, of course, by the legend himself, number 33, Sam Masters.
Is that Becca? Is that Becca spannering for Sam?
It looked like, I couldn't really tell.
It looked like him.
Yeah, I saw Palin going. Palin was obviously he's spannering for was it Cameron Rash? I can't remember now. But okay, championship second leg, the playoff semi-final. Oxford against Scunny.
Dan Palmer doing us a solid. Scunny won the toss and take 1 and 3 in Heat 1.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Palmer.
It's always nice to know.
Yep. Big, quite a few crowd in this evening for it's been a lovely day in Oxford.
Here's something we've not talked about. Sam Masters and Ashton Bowden both coming in not at quite 100%. Sam Masters got a nasty burn on his arm from the crash at Redcar on Sunday, and Ashton Bowden with some leg injuries. Will that play into it?
Well, these boys are made of tough stuff, so I'm sure they'll brush it off and they'll think of it as nothing. But it all depends on what happens.
And the roles for tonight. Winchester will be doing the commentary of the action. I'll be doing lineups and results, and obviously you've had experience of this. You used to do the Plymouth streams a couple of seasons ago, so first time calling actual racing for a while for you.
Yeah, 2022 was when I was on the Gladiators live stream, and that was certainly an entertaining few months I was down there. But of course, a much bigger track here at Oxford, so. Yeah, it's looking forward to having this and seeing what I can do, and having some riders I've seen race down at Plymouth in the last few years. So we've got Jason Howard there just talking to the camera.
We've got the legend Scotty B in the chat on YouTube. Evening Oxford to win at a stroll, Belgian 10+. It's like an STS meet-up on here tonight, isn't it? Utty doing push-ups, Scotty in the chat, us two on the old talkie.
Evening, Scotty. How you doing, mate? Jason Howard there. Well, I think he has the best job in the world because he's a centre green man at Cardiff for the Grand Prix. So that's the job I want to get in the future one day. And actually, his son actually rides cycle speedway as well for Newport. So that's how I know through Jason Harold. And yeah, so we're getting close now to the start time. 7:30. Well, it's actually 7:35. So we hopefully be getting to Heat 1 in a few moments' time. Second leg of the Championship playoff semi-final. Oxford against Scunthorpe. The Cheetahs lead by 46 points to 44. So stand by for action, folks. We are set fair for 15 races here at Sandy Lane, home of the Oxford Cheetahs.
And while we've got a minute, should we just take a quick minute until the start? All good. Hutty to trip over his laces in Heat 8. Scott, what a boy.
Wow.
Don't mention Heat 8s to Hutty, or was it 7 last night? He was leading all the way and then just let the opposition past in the last one, and Sis was gutted for him. We'll sack off the idea for the break because they're coming out on track.
Yep. So you got Sam Masters there just talking to Scotty Nichols.
I think that's Becker on the spanners for Sam. I don't actually know. Got white, it might not be. Got white trainers on. I don't think Becker's that stupid.
No, I don't think he is. Well, there's Hutty. You can tell Hutty's there with his shorts on.
He's a madman.
Yeah. So I believe the 2 minutes is on for the 4 riders in heat number 1. And they see on the bottom, well, we see on the bottom of our screen here, 46-44 in favour of the home team, Oxford. So I believe Oxford have, I was going to say, Scunny won the toss and taken 1 and 3. So that puts
Oxford on
Mountain on the inside.
Hey, line up's my job. Don't you come in here trying to take our jobs.
Oh, there we go. So riders up to line. For heat number 1.
The lineup for the first race of 15 tonight, or the 16th in the tie overall, if you want to look at it that way. Going off the inside gate in yellow for the Scorpions is Connor Mountain. Gate 2 in blue for the Cheetahs is Cameron Heaps. Gate 3 in white for Scunthorpe is the guest Drew Kemp. And off the outside in red is Samuel Masters.
Heat 1 sponsored by the Speedway Star. Of course, we're on BSN, the Cab Direct Championship. Second leg, Oxford against Scunny. Sam Masters there just turning back away and going back into gate 4. Start marshal calling them into order as we are set for 15 heats of tonight's crucial second leg. As the start marshal calls into order, Seth Perkins with the finger on the button. The green light comes on and it's away they go. An absolute flyer from the inside there. In fact, it's the 2 Scorpion riders that lead the way with Drew Kemp in first place, Cameron Heaps at the back with Sam Masters now splitting the Scorpions pairing. Mountain's gone backwards. Through comes Cameron Heaps into third place. And it's a 3-all at the moment. So now Drew Kemp there into lap 2. Now he's got Sam Masters down the inside of him. In fact, 2 races in 1 here. As through goes Masters. And in fact, Mountain's on the inside of Heaps. It's 2 races in 1 here. With Heaps now back down the inside. Mountain straight up in turns 3 and 4. Masters now leading the way. Kemp there in second place. It's all about third between Mountain and Heaps. Heaps now into the last place there with Masters now pulling out up front. With Kemp in second. Mountain in third with Heaps at the back. It's going to be a 3 at the moment. If it says this, what can Heaps do? As they enter the final lap, Masters there clear out in front. Kempy now has settled in second, goes out wide a bit on turn 1. As Mountain there in third place. Heaps now have one more chance down the back into turn 3 and 4, but it's not going to be enough. It's coming around the turn 3 and 4 for the final time. It's going to be Sam Masters with a win, taking second place there. Drew Kemp, third, Connor Mountain, and fourth was Cameron Heaps with a great ride there from Sam Masters, kicking off with a 3-point haul in heat number 1.
I'd be interested to see that start again. It looked like Sam maybe had a little bit of a nibble. Yeah, Scotty, the graphics wrong. Palmer's made a bit of a howler on that. Good race that though, to be fair, and it was won by the rider in red, Sam Masters. Second in white, Drew Kemp, and third in yellow, Connor Mountain. Points divided on the night, and it's 49-47 on aggregate. Good race that to start us off. I think Sam had a nibble though.
Yeah, we'll stand there looking at the replay.
No,
Well,
they've cut away. They've cut away.
Cut away as we wanted to see the replay.
Oh God! Oh, here we go.
There we go.
No,
Here we
gone
go.
again. BSN's
Nope.
having a mare. Put 50p in the meter.
Oh, here we go.
Take 3. No,
So
this
firstly,
angle's no good to us. I swear Sam had a nibble.
No, I'm not so sure on that. I mean, if we can get it from where the down low camera was, we might actually get a decent view. But
Nah,
that was
too
just
late.
that was
That was too late.
I think it was just a perfect start, really. But it didn't. Obviously, he went backwards a little bit, but then came through, and just shows how much Sam Masters actually got this track pretty much dialed in when he first signed for him.
And this is going to be crucial. I think the Battle of the Reserves, on paper you'd expect Luke Killeen to win this, but anything can happen. And he has had a bit of a rough time here the last few weeks, to be fair. Luke Killeen had that awkward crash and never really came back great from it, although it was pivotal on Friday at Scunthorpe.
Yeah, I totally agree with that, Wolfie.
As we come to the tapes for Heat 2, going off the inside gate in red for the Cheetahs is Luke Killeen. Gate 2 in white for Scunthorpe is Nathan Ablett. Gate 3 in blue is the Guest, although he is part of the Oxford setup, Jody Scott. And off the outside in yellow, my man to watch, Luke Harrison.
Yes, the riders there just being checked where the green light is. Sam's winning time in the first one, by the way, was 59.30 seconds. 59.30 with the speedway updates. So 3-3 after the first race. Of course, reserves are crucial in any matches you have in speedway these days, because of course they can have a maximum of 7 rides. And of course, if a rider is not performing, they can be brought in to either strengthen or as a reserve replacement. So the start marshal there just calling the riders into line for the start of Heat 2. Killeen, Scott, Ablett and Harrison. As the green light comes on, and it's away they go. And an absolute flying start there from Nathan Ablett from gate 2. Round the outside in blue comes Jody Scott, but it's Ablett that leads the way. So 3-all at the moment with Killeen in third. In fact, Killeen now dive bombs at the inside of his own team partner, trying to get through in the second place, but it's Ablett in the way. Ablett leading the way, sorry, with the two Cheetahs there, second and third. Watch out for Harrison. He's come around the outside of Luke Killeen. Looks on the inside of him. He's dropped back just a couple paces. But looking good out in front there is Nathan Ablett, using that sorry, the experience from that pool match, the pool season when he was with in 2022 and 2023. So just settling down now 3 points apiece at the moment. Another 3-all with Ablett leading the way. Jody Scott in second, Killeen in third. Harrison overlocks on turns 4 and he's done for the day. Ablett there, clean out in front with the two Cheetahs second and third. Killeen going really wide there, trying to get past his own team partner. He doesn't have to because Harrison is so far back. But it's Nathan Ablett there taking him back almost there. The two Cheetahs almost collided there on turn 4. But again, Nathan Ablett there taking the win. And a good 3 points for him. But still another 3-all, 6 points apiece. Still level, or still close on aggregate, 52-50.
You're trying to put me out of a job here. Stop taking my job. Heat 2 was a win for the rider in white. Nathan Ablett, brilliant start there. Second in blue, Jody Scott. And third in red, Luke Killeen. Although he did try and harpoon his teammate a couple of times there. He definitely had more speed, but that's where you expect your lead reserve to maybe just sit in and help out the lesser experienced rider maybe.
Yeah, it was a great start from Ablett there. Led from the front, takes the flag. Jody Scott almost came around the outside of him there and did put a bit of a challenge on, but just dropped back ever so slightly. And I think, Luke Killeen's actually sort of dipped a little bit, because when he came over here for in 2022, he rode for Oxford's junior team with the Chargers and was at reserve, and his first match was Plymouth, and he scored 13 plus 2 from 5 rides. That's how amazing he was. Like his first race, he just dive bombed at the upside of inside of his own team partner. And led by a country mile. So Heat 3, the main body of the team now, and this is the chance to see Ashton Bowden and Dan Jilks for the home team, lining up against Simon Lambert and Jake Allen.
And the full lineup
Scorpions.
Of Heat number 3, going off the inside gate in white for the Scorpions, is Simon Lambert. Gate 2 in blue, the Guest for the Cheetahs, Dan Jilks. Gate 3 in yellow is Jake Allen, and off the outside in red, Ashton Bowden, a rider that has made no secret of the fact he's not 100% coming into this.
Yeah, he did say at the start of the meeting that he's nursing a bit of an injury there, and hope that won't affect him too much as the riders there at the line just get themselves all sorted out.
And I think he's a rider that will be in demand for both Premiership and Championship next season. Is Ashton Bowden. It's crazy to think this is only his second season in Speedway.
Yeah, absolutely, totally agree with that. And he's come off the back of a 15-point max at Redcar, so he's definitely got the form on in this division.
He had a tough night in the first leg at Scunny. He put on his Facebook post he maybe didn't quite have the setup right, but every point's vital, and the fact he's got himself up from a 2-point starting average to nearly 5 is testament to him.
So Start Marshall walks away there for heat number 3, and it tapes her up, and away they go. And it's a flying start from Dan Jilks there from gate 2. Come around the outside in red is going to be Aston Bowers. In fact, Lambert's gone down at the back there. Will he get back up? The answer is yes, he has. And in fact, now Dan Jilks has gone down on turn 3 and 4. So 2 separate collisions there. And the red lights have come on for heat number 3 there with Jilks still down on the deck there. He thinks he's a bit of contact between him and somebody. So
he's gesturing there was contact there. I think he just fell on his own, to be honest. And crucially there, if it comes back to it, Simon Lambert was under power, so even though he fell off, he won't be disqualified from that one. I'd expect the rider in blue to go, but we've not got a replay yet. He's taking a little sit down.
yeah.
We'll see the replay now.
So here we go. So out the start. So Jilks made a fantastic start from 2. So let's see. Lambert's gone in, and he's just overcooked it there on the inside. So he's spun around there. I don't know what that pyro's on the exit of the corner there. You see that pyro coming up?
Yeah.
Now let's see here.
Nah, there's nothing in that. Jilks goes on his own. Dan Jilks will be disqualified for that. There's absolutely nothing in that.
Minimal. Yeah, there's
nothing. It's not minimal. There's nothing there.
Just seen it one more time.
Nothing in that.
If you watch his leg, it suddenly goes back. Right?
There's no contact. There's no contact at all in that. He's looking for that.
Yeah.
And the blue exclusion light is on. And it's the correct decision.
Mm-hmm.
He's
can confirm the winning time for Heat 2 was 60.04, so slightly slower than Sam Masters' Heat 1 winning time. But yeah, there could be an argument there, obviously, with Simon Lambert being under power as he came off there. Because he got back up and continued, and then of course Jilks fell off with that. He thought there was contact between him and Jake Allen, but of course nothing untoward as Dan goes back into the pits. Not happy there.
Shouldn't have fell off then, should he? And yeah, crucially for Scunny, Simon Lambert had remounted and was under power, so he will be back in the rerun, and it's advantage Scunthorpe for the rerun.
Yep. That puts a smile on Mr. Palmer's face, and I'm sure he will be smiling from ear to ear with that one. He gets an advantage in heat number 3. Still a very long way to go. 2 points the aggregate score. Still a very, very long way to go. Do they do tack subs in this?
No.
Can't
have a tactical in playoffs. 2 leg ties. They're showing us the replay. There's absolutely nothing in that. Dan puts his leg out looking for it. There's no contact. If anything, Ashton Bowden coming in from the outside unsettles him. But there's no contact. I don't know what he was moaning for. And there we see Simon Lambert is under power, so that's why he's in the rerun.
Oh, the Camerons went there for a bit of a stroll there, and is that Ryan Fisher in the oh no, because getting Dan Jilks there, and he's just having a chat with Jason Harold.
Obviously we can't hear it because of copyright, we can't put it on, but he'll probably be stood there saying there was definitely contact, and unfortunately for Dan there definitely wasn't.
Josh Warren on the spanners for Jake Allen, says Mr. Palmer.
What a boy.
Yeah, thank you for the information there, Mr. Palmer.
Jake Allen will be sacking Palmer as his graphics guy. Palmer forgot to do Jake and Simon Lambert's graphics this morning.
Oh dear, oh dear.
And it's good to see Dan Jilks up and okay. As you said earlier, started the season just in the Premiership. I think he's got better since he moved back into the Championship. I just don't think he was riding enough.
No.
And obviously a rider you know quite well from the Plymouth days.
Yeah, from 2022, he was flying at reserve for us and he had the chance to go into the main body of the team of that season, and he got injured at Scunny. So yeah,
Injuries don't happen at Scunny. Don't you make accusations like that.
yeah, it happened. Heat 14.
And I remember seeing him barreling down the Peterborough back straight.
I remember that too.
The
Line
rerun.
up Heat 3 then.
Excuse me. The rerun of Heat 3, Simon Lambert goes off the inside in white. No rider off gate 2 in blue because Dan Jilks is disqualified. Jake Allen gate 3 in yellow and Ashton Bowden off the outside in red.
So Scunny here now looking for an advantage. The 2 against 1, but then you'll get Ashton Bowden will make the start from gate 4 and just ride round them all. So start marshal there, just call him into order. Lambert will want to make gate 1 count with no one on the outside of him. So here we go then, rerun of heat number 3. As away they go, and it's a fantastic start there from the Scunny pairing. Bowden now round the outside of Allen there, but step through, and it's now 5-1 for the visitors with Jake Allen out in the lead. Simon Lambert in second place. Bowden now right round the outside of Lambert, and he's keeping it pinned. He's committed to the outside now. Then of course, then he switches down to the inside, but he's not, and gets through. Does he? Oh, so close there on the back straight between the two. Allen's there, clean out and gone. Lambert in second place. Bowden now in third, a 5-1 for the Scorpions. In fact, Bowden's gone backwards a bit there, so already without any misfortunes like Scunny there are going to get a 5-1 for the title to put him in front on both night and aggregate. So coming through into the last lap. Jake Allen there leading, Lambert in second, Bowden still trying, but he's too far back to make any sort of challenge. As they come round to the final corner, it is a maximum 5-1 for the Scunthorpe Scorpions, Jake Allen and Simon Lambert. And as try as he might, Ashton Bowden comes through in third place, and it's a 5-1 for the Scorpions.
There's not enough material on the outside yet, and although Ashton likes the outside line, there's just nothing there to get him round at the moment. The Scunny boys made a good gate and rode that perfectly. Palmer said to me before that these two like to go for the same part of the track, and they did for the first lap, but then they sorted it out between themselves. The result of heat number 3 was a win for the rider in yellow, Jake Allen. Second in white, Simon Lambert. And third in red, Ashton Bowden. Makes the scores on the night Oxford 7, Scunthorpe 11, and on aggregate, Scunthorpe take the lead 55-35. 55-53.
Almost there, but yeah, so great start there from Allen. Bowden there just lost out and got blocked by Lambert, and it was just a case of riding round and almost there you see Lambert going right to the outside and Bowden there saying you ain't having this, I'm having second place here.
There was just not enough on the outside for him there, and we do know, as you obviously saw at Red Car the other week on the stream and stuff with his maximum, he loves the outside line, and he rides it well here as well, but there's just not enough there at the moment. There is a reserve change in Heat 4. Luke Killeen comes in blue.
Yep, to partner Scotty Nichols. Two number 5s.
That's Nathan Ablett in yellow replacing Luke Harrison.
Well spotted there, Mr. Dillon. So double reserve change here.
The full lineup of heat number 4 going off the inside gate in yellow, the Scunny reserve switch, Nathan Ablett. Gate 2 in blue, the Oxford reserve switch, Luke Killeen. Gate 3 in white is should be winning these races, Carl Howarth, and off the outside in red is the Oxford skipper Scott Nichols. Carl Howarth was a little bit disappointing in the Eurosport meeting on Monday, so Scunny will be hoping he turns up a little bit more tonight. Yeah,
I think he will. Obviously, championship level's a lot more, dare I say, easier than Premiership. But then, of course, you've got the big riders in that meet, and of course, Bewley and Brady Kurtz and Jack Older, Chris Older, stuff like that. So it's a bit of a baptism of fire for Carl Howarth, who's been at number 2 the majority of the season this year. But then he'll have one meet, and then he'll come good, and it will be always gives 100%. Does Carl Howarth.
Scotty B saying, "Come on, Scotty N," calling out his namesake.
So start marshal's happy. Seth Perkins has his finger on the button as Heat 4 is underway, and it's a great start there from Carl Howarth. Clean on the inside there in blue, but Carl Howarth there on the outside goes right past Colleen there and takes the lead. Second place is Luke Colleen. Third, Scott Nichols and Luke Harrison at the back. And now Scott Nichols now will go past his teammate and set off after Carl Howarth. Kept it a bit tight there on the front straight there between the two Oxford boys. Carl Howarth there pulling ahead of Scotty Nichols with Colleen in third. Harrison's distant at the back. But this is the Ablett, and this is the Carl Howarth we want to see. Certainly picking up the points and showing what he can do when he is 100%, and he's definitely using this advantage. Of course, Scott Nichols there just dropped back ever so slightly. Colleen there out of shape on turn 3, but then recovers, and looking at a 3-all shared heat. This will do the Scunthorpe boys nicely. And Carl Howarth there comes around the final turn for the final time and takes the win of Heat 4 ahead of Scott Nichols, Luke Colleen, and Nathan Ablett at the back. So it's the 3-all drawn heat.
She's getting a little bit dusty quite early on here.
It is indeed. It is indeed.
And the result of heat number 4 was a win for the rider in white, Carl Howarth. Second in red, Scott Nichols, and third in blue, Luke Killeen. Points divided 3 apiece makes it 10-14 on the night and 56-58 on aggregate. How vital will that heat 3 result end up being?
It's definitely turned the meeting in Scunny's favour. Because the start of the year, I mean, looking at Oxford's team, you thought, well, we had just Scotty and Sam were scoring the majority of the points. They didn't have much in the way of backup, which is why they must have they finished where they did in the league. Even though they finished second, they were having to use guests to fill in that void of the other 3 riders. But that's going to be very, very important for the outcome of the meeting, as Howarth there just somewhat very vocal in what he's saying there.
This for me is why Simon Lambert's the best captain in the league. 4 races gone, bit of track riding, and he's called all of his teammates in together and they're going to have a debrief. And that's what you need to do as captain. You need to G the boys up, remind them what's on the line and pass any advice on. So Simon Lambert doing a skipper's job there.
Yeah, I think a lot of Scunny supporters would like to see Simon Lambert as a full-time Premier League rider or as a Premiership rider. They're just talking to Jake Allen at the present moment. See if we can bring in Dan Palmer if we can. Mr. Palmer, your thoughts on the first 4 races? Your boys leading by 14 points to 10 and ahead on aggregate. So your thoughts on that?
Don't get me wrong, this is an absolute dream start for the boys. The dogs are already scared of me shouting. But we can't sort of count our chickens before they're hatched, because obviously me and Dill, we know all too very well how good Oxford are around this this place. But yeah, no, dream start, and you know, 3-3 is all the way, job done, innit? And you boys laughed at me when I said it was going to be 43-47.
Just taking the Scunny hat off for a second, and if you were calling this as a neutral, what would your decision have been for Heat 3? Was Dan Jilks looking for that?
I could have stayed on that bloody motorcycle, and I don't ride motorcycles.
Apart from Scuddy mini track days.
Even I stay on motorcycles then.
And since you've pointed out to me that Jake and Si like to ride the same lines, every time they're in a race now, you notice it.
To be fair, I didn't notice that until one of the BSN meetings that they covered at Scunny. And I think it was Simon said in an interview they tried to avoid putting them 2 together because they both try and get the same piece of track. But no, if they can like keep the track as it is, and you know, and certain riders can carry on being crap for Oxford, that's absolutely fine.
And Carl Howarth has turned up as well tonight. There was a little bit of trepidation after Monday because he did look, apparently, according to reports, he's carrying a wrist injury. But he has turned up in that first one. After getting the initial bite, he never quite made it, but he just dragged it to the first turn.
Yeah, and, it's nice to see that his wrist injury's healed. It's nice to see his haircut's working, and yeah.
And
this isn't right. But
while we've got a few minutes while the track grading, we'll have a quick breather.
Yes, we will.
And we are back. We've just had a little chin wag with Palmer and Allen whilst we had a few minutes track grading. Ryan Douglas Ryan Douglas mechanic David Howe in the pits, obviously Scunny team manager, sorting out the gearing on Nathan Ablett's bike, and we just said off air then, Winchester, it's vital to have somebody like that as your team manager who knows what they're doing with setups.
Yeah, it's the same with referees as well. Like if you have a referee or a rider as a mechanic or a team manager or even a ref, they know the ins and outs and the background of everything. Just going to go back to the winning times of the last two races. It was a 60.26 for Heat 3 and a 59.95 for Heat 4. So still Sam Masters has the fastest time of the evening of Heat number 1 at 59.30. We're on to Heat number 5, and this one sees the... let's see if Dan Jilks can do more than a lap this time. He'll be in blue. With the full lineup, it's over to you, Wolfie.
Well, hey, he's learnt! I'm chuffed, Winchester. Brilliant. The full lineup of Heat 5 going off the inside gate in red. On the wrong end of a 5-1, first time out, Ashton Bowden. Gate 2 in yellow, Connor Mountain. Gate 3 in blue. On his bum, first time out, Dan Jilks. And off the outside in white, it's the guest number 1 for the Scorpions, Drew Kemp.
Interesting choice of guest at number 1 there for Scunny with Drew Kemp. I mean, there's quite a few... I guess like no one else was available, I guess.
With it being quite last minute, you have to go with
Yeah.
somebody who's either based locally or willing to just jump in the van and travel. And Drew Kemp's made it known that he if any guest opportunities come up, he'd like to take them because of obviously having no Premiership team and his Championship team Berwick season over. So he always gives his best. Obviously, racing at Wolves in 2022, it wasn't his best season, but you always knew that he was going to give it his all. And he raced well for Scunny last year as well when he was a full-time rider.
Dan Jilks there on the favoured gate 3, which has had I think 2 race wins so far. as the start marshal calls them to order. Seth Perkins with his finger on the button, about to set these boys off. So it's Bowden, Mountain, Jilks, and Kemp. And away they go, first time. And a flying start from the outside there from Drew Kemp. He hits the dirt on turn 1 and 2. Come round the outside of Ashton Bowden. What a ride from Drew Kemp. He must have heard us to get him slagging him off, and he's now leading. Dan Jilks at the back there. It's a 4-2 for the Scorpions here, with Ashton Bowden in second place, Connor Mountain third, Dan Jilks at the back. He has completed 1 lap. In fact, or as he packed up there at the back, I can't see him on screen. But Drew Kemp there lead. No, Jilks is still there in fourth. I thought it went backwards then. But Kemp there, he's going to get an hot dog. Bowden in second, Mountain third, Jilks in fourth. It's another 4. It's a 4-2 to the Scorpions, and Mr. Palmer will be absolutely smiling from ear to ear as his boys are certainly racking up the points now. And into the last lap they go. Bowden there, can he put on a challenge in second place? The answer is no. And dropping back there is Connor Mountain, but we've got one corner, and Kemp there just holds on. 4-2 for the Scorpions. Kemp there the winner. Ashton Bowden pushed all he can in second place. But all importantly, Connor Mountain with that third place. A 4-2 for the Scorpions. 18-12. Wow.
Drew Kemp has got a point to prove to Oxford as well. Obviously, they signed him in the Premiership and released him quite quickly after. And he's come back with a vengeance tonight. So the result of heat number 5, it was a win for the rider in white, Drew Kemp. Second in red, Ashton Bowden, and third in yellow, Connor Mountain. That opens up a 6-point advantage on the night for Scunny at 12 points to 18, and the aggregate score 58 points to 62.
Oof.
And the BSN replay is playing up again. Someone needs to put 50p in that meter.
50p in the meter. Here we go. Yeah, great start there from Kemp. I did say that Dan Jilks was on the favoured gate there, and he was last. And Kemp there round the outside, Bowden at the cross, but it was too late as Kemp went flying past him.
Brilliant gate. Both the Scunny boys made it, and Ashton just dragged it to the corner ahead of Connor Mountain, tried to stay low, and Drew just went straight round the outside. Looks really quick and fired up, and if this injury layoff, if Scunny were to advance and this injury layoff's more permanent for Palmtoft, Kemp could be putting himself in a position to come in and guest a little bit more often.
It's a shame they can't change the riding order, like to sort of settle around Drew Kemp, like with, because obviously you've got to come in on the average that he's replacing the rider, so of course 8.15 what Palmtoft has, so he can't actually go to number 5 or whatever it was. So, but yeah, great ride there from Kemp, silencing the critics.
Well, nobody's criticising him. We were all bigging him up.
Yeah.
So
line-up heating up.
The line-up for heat number 6, going off the inside gate in white, is Carl Howarth. Gate 2 in red, Sam Masters. Luke Harrison comes in as a reserve change here for Nathan Ablett in white. Yellow off gate 3, and off the outside in blue is Cameron Heaps.
So the two winners of their first rides, Howarth and Masters, so something's got to give here. And in fact, the two outside gates haven't had a point at all. So I say something's got to give here between these two. Of course, Howarth and also Masters, connections with Wolverhampton all those years ago.
2016 title winners. 2017, 18 and 19 they were both with Wolves as well.
And then Cole House been with Sheffield ever since they've
moved up, yeah.
Exactly, yeah.
This could be a heat advantage back to Oxford here, I think. And Howarth is notorious for maybe having a little nibble when the pressure's on, so it'd be interesting to see if he can sit still.
Is that clean on the outside, is it, yeah?
Cameron Heaps mush.
Oh, Cameron Heaps, my apologies. So start marshal there, getting Howarth right close to the tapes there.
I don't think he's too... Sam's further back than Kyle.
Yeah, so here we go then. Riders are ready. Oh, and either that was a cracking start, or that was a jump, because the red lights were on there. Sam Masters judged to have been the cause of the stoppage.
I don't know if Sam did anticipate that, to be honest. I think he's got it bang on. I just think Carl misses he. Sam's got that one. There is a little bit of a...
a little bit of a little jolt there from the... you watch it, I guess. He'll go in, green light on, and then boom, double clutch.
Although, to be fair, the tapes had gone up by the time he did start double clutching. Sam will get a warning for that.
Yep, and that will carry on for the rest of the meeting. So if he does it again, he will be out. Very important race here for Cameron. Doesn't want to run another last here and not allow the Scorpions to get any further ahead.
Not quite come back from his injury. Fantastic as he Cameron Heaps. He was flying and his injuries just come at the wrong time of the season.
Lineup is unchanged for heat number 6.
Same riders, same gates. Nice and straightforward.
Same colours.
And it's nice to see the riders all come back round straight away as well. You know, obviously in some meetings they'll go back to the pits and mess around for a couple of minutes. You know, there was a little nibble straight back round, 2 minutes on, get us all home before we freeze.
That time of year again, isn't it? That time of year.
It is.
So second time of asking of heat number 6. We've got Howarth, Masters, Ablett and Heaps. So away they go, and a flying stuff on the outside there from Cameron Heaps. Howarth there keeps it pinned on the inside there. Watch out for Sam Masters in third. But Heaps there stringing away out in front. Masters now up the inside of Carl Howarth. Howarth there in the dirt and gets past Masters. It's a 4-2 for the home team Oxford. What can Sam Masters do? He's hugging that inside line. Howarth there riding mid-track. Meanwhile, it's Ablett at the back. It's a 4-2 for Oxford at the moment. As the Heaps there made that start from gate 4. Howarth there second. Masters, I think he's going to set up for third place now because he gets that 4-2. But he is not done by a long shot. Harrison there at the back. That's what the graphics there says, not Ablett. But again, Howarth there closing right up on Cameron Heaps there with 1 lap to go. Heaps there, Howarth, Masters so close. One mistake from Howarth and Masters will pounce. But Heaps there using the outside line to his advantage. Pulls away into turn 4 for the final time. And it is a 4-2 for the home team. As Cameron Heaps there takes a much deserved heat win. Cole Howarth pushing there in second place and Masters all important third place. A 4-2 for the home team.
And Dan's just said in the chat, Drew Kemp's winning time in Heat 5 was quicker than Sam Masters in Heat 1 of 58.95. That's some going.
Yeah. Thank you, Mr. Palmer, for the information there.
The result of Heat 6 was a win for the rider in blue, Cameron Heaps. Second in white, limiting the damage for the Scorpions, Carl Howarth. And third in red, Sam Masters. The outside gate seems to be coming good now.
Yeah. Scorpions still hold that 4-point advantage though, 16 points to 20.
Narrows the gap on the old
aggregate.
On the old aggregate there, yeah. 2 points in it again now.
This can go either way.
Carl definitely makes a better start in the second running, and Sam just gets a little bit bullied in that first turn.
Yeah.
You have to feel for Harrison. He was realistically never going to score there.
Nah.
But she's getting a little bit duster. She's getting a bit duster.
Yeah, but of course, he was definitely still on the pace there because of course anything could happen to the front three, and he could have got a score in.
Jody Scott replaces Luke Killeen in blue here.
Jody Scott, Luke Killeen, we got it.
And this Scorpions pairing got a 5-1 in their first one, but they are against the 7-time British champion Scott Nicholls, who's getting pushed off by Hutty and his shorts.
Just make sure Scotty's dirt deflector's on as well. Because there was a time at Plymouth when Scotty got excluded for not having his dirt deflector on. And that was on the BSN cameras as well. So, with the full lineup of heat number 7, it's over to you, Dylan.
The full lineup of heat number 7 going off the inside gate in red for the Cheetahs, Scott Nicholls. Gate 2 in white for the Scorpions is the skipper, Simon Lambert. Gate 3 in blue reserve switch is Jody Scott. And off the outside in yellow is winner in his first one, Jake Allen. And the outside gate's definitely coming good now, and it has scored the most points after 6 heats as well.
Allen with the only heat win of this quartet. Thinking of 2 races in one here between Nicholls and Allen, and then of course Lambert and Scott.
Potentially. I think Jody Scott will find himself in that position of Luke Harrison was in the last one. Realistically, you wouldn't expect him to score in this, but he was on the pace in his first one. But this lineup's a little bit different to Heat 2.
You watch Simon Lambert jump out of gate 2 and get across Nicholls. I can just feel it right now.
He's a trapper, to be fair. So if he can get the gate right, he could clamp Scott just to allow Jake around the outside. I bet Palmer's wetting himself at the moment.
Well, we'll find out after Heat 8 when we bring back in for another chat, because this is certainly the Scorpions he wants to see perform well. And of course, the Scorpions lead by 4 and 2 points on aggregate. Start Marshall calling them all into line now. Nichols there, hunched over the handlebars. He's set ready to go. Nichols, Lambert, Scott, and Allen, heat number 7. Tapes rise, and away they go in a flying start from Scott Nichols on the inside. Watch out for Allen on the outside in yellow. He's come around on the outside, hits the dirt and gets right. Whoa, what's a right there from Jake Allen. We did say the gate 4 was actually going to be good here, but now Nichols now around the outside of Allen. He's got him. What a right there. That is vintage Scott Nichols. 7-time British champion for a reason, and that is why he's leading this race by a country mile now. The Scorpion boys there settling into 2nd and 3rd. This will do them as Jody Scott there at the back. I did say 2 races in 1, but Nichols now clear out in front, leading the way there from Allen and Lambert, 2nd and 3rd for the Scorpions. Another 3-all. Scott there a little out of shape there on the back straight, but just holds on. And this is vintage Scott Nichols now. He's pulling away on the back wheel down the straight. He can relax, go half throttle and still win by a country mile. Great riding there from Scott Nichols down the back straight for the final time. The 7-time British champion, showing why he is one of the icons of the sport. As come around to take the checkered flag, it's going to be Scott Nichols by a canter. But again, the Scorpions there holding 2nd and 3rd with Allen and Simon Lambert with Jody Scott at the back. But Dylan, that was a fantastic ride from 7-time British champion Scotty Nichols.
I think Jake Allen will be a little bit frustrated with that. He put himself in no man's land on the 3rd and 4th turn. Then Scott just went, thank you very much, straight around the outside. Jake Allen was a little bit too conservative. The full result of Heat 7 was a win for the rider in red, Scott Nichols, 2nd in yellow, Jake Allen, and 3rd in white, Simon Lambert. And that makes the progressive scores after 7-19 to Oxford, 23 to Scunny, and 65-67 on aggregate as the tractors come back out.
Yeah, definitely there. That was a great ride from Scotty. He made a decent trap from the inside. We're just going to look at the replay now, but a great start there from Scott and Allen to begin with from gate 4. Came right around the outside of all 3 of them. Made that, I think that's how close he gets on the back straight here. Oh, that was so close. And but then on the 2nd lap, down the straight, Nichols said, "You ain't having this, mate." Kept it pinned, and that was that. Scott's been a revelation for the Oxford team this year, despite only doing just the championship this season. But he knows how to get around the Oxford track. And come around the corner, they see it there. Jake rode mid-track, and Scotty just said, "No, you left too much of a gap, mate.
Yeah.
I'm going round," and there we go. But that was vintage Scott Nichols there.
I wouldn't say it was. Jake made that really easy for him by just sticking himself in no man's land. There's nothing there. And Scott just had to change his line, and he was going round him and cleared off. I don't think that was the most difficult pass Scott Nichols will ever make.
Just looking at the score chart at the moment, each rider has completed 2 rides. Leading the way for the Oxford Cheaters is Scott Nichols on 5 points. You've got Sam Masters on 4, Cameron Heaps on 3, Ashton Belgian 3, Jody Scott 2, Luke Colleen 2+2, and Dan Jilks currently yet to score. Scorpions looking very, very stable. 5 points each for Kemp, Allen, and Howarth. Ablett has 3, Lambert has paid 5, Mountain has paid 3. And as the tractors go round, already looking like an advantage for the Scorpions, 19-23.
Oxford are starting to get together now, and I think the gates will swap around in their favour shortly as well. This is a massive Heat 8. I do expect to see Luke Killeen and probably Nathan Ablett come in for their respective opposite reserve partners, and then that'll make it a very interesting one. Connor Mountain not quite at his best yet. Cameron Heaps impressive winner last time out, so could be an interesting one. And I'd have to say that whether it's Ablett or Harrison, I think Oxford have got the advantage in Heat 8.
Sam there just talking to Scott Nichols. Jason Harold there in the pits now, just giving it the once over. Shall we bring Mr. Palmer in?
I suppose.
Yeah, Mr. Palmer, 23-19. Have you pinched yourself yet? Because the boys actually doing really well.
Not yet. I'm as good as a performance it is in the first half as a meeting. As any lady that knows that has been with me knows, it's not how you start, it's about how you finish.
Oh, God.
And, you know, we're only halfway through. The fat lady certainly ain't singing. I've not let me nan anywhere near the karaoke tonight either, so...
Hmm.
Luke
yeah.
Chiellini's getting his blue helmet on in the background there.
That's a shame.
And I would expect Tablet to come in for Luke. He's not quite at the races tonight, is he?
Jason Howard is talking to Peter Sherlock on the in your pits area there, where the tractor's still going round.
Palmer, what was your view on the last race with Jake getting a really good exit off turn 2, but just stuck himself in the middle of nowhere really on 3 and 4?
It was just a quality ride from Scott, wasn't it? It's a difficult one. Obviously it would have been nice to have seen Jake get one over on Scott, but sometimes it's just better to accept 3-3s and just I mean, if we got 3-3s all the way, that means I get another meeting. So whoopie do.
And quite uncharacteristically, in his second ride, Sam Masters third.
It was uncharacteristic, but it was bloody lovely, wasn't it?
And while we've got a minute, I think we'll take a quick breather.
Yes, we will.
And we're back. We're back from the dead. With heat number 8 coming up now. This is a crucial race in the context of the meet in Winchester and Oxford playing their reserve card here with Luke Killeen coming in to replace Jody Scott.
Yeah, big contents of the meeting, as you said there, Dylan. But of course, Luke Harrison keeps his place in this heat. You'd think obviously they might have brought in Ablett, but David Howe there trusting his rider that they're going to do a good job.
I mean, Luke Killeen flies around here on his day as well, so you know, if with all due respect to both the Scunny reserves, whichever one it was would probably have come last. So you may as well just give Luke his third ride. So heat number 8 at the tapes now. We're halfway through this second leg, and going off the inside gate in blue is the reserve change, Luke Killeen. Gate 2 in yellow is Luke Harrison. Gate 3 in red, Cameron Heaps, impressive winner last time out. And off the outside in white, Connor Mountain.
Yeah, big race needed here from Oxford to put a dent into that 4-point lead, into that lead that Scunny have, both on aggregate and on the night. So a big race here. Luke Killeen there digging right into those ruts there to get maximum drive. Heaps there with his goggles over his nearly over his peak there. Obviously, he's got to put them down before the tapes go up, else he's going to be in trouble. Connor Mountain needs to come to the party now, doesn't he?
Yeah, and this could be a spot of deja vu for Scunny, who started Friday really well. They were 10 up after 4. They were in the lead after 4 here. The wheels won't fall off like they did on Friday.
So riders there taking their time just to get themselves settled in.
Start Marshall nearly stacked it.
Mountain be the last one to settle on gate 4. Literally forces gate 2's front wheel forward there. So here we go in heat number 8. Is up and running. And a flying start there from Cameron Heaps. From gate 3. Around the outside is Mountain. Mountain will switch on the inside there. And look at Connor Mountain come through from third to first like a hot knife through butter. That was sensational from Connor. Cameron Heaps now in second place. It's a thrill at the moment, but Mountain there come to the party as we suspected. This is a heat that he can win, and he's literally dominating it at the moment. The Oxford boys have no answer for Connor Mountain, who's come to the party. Heaps now round the outside. Watch him there. Is it going to be close? Oh, Mountain there just holds on with Killeen in third place at the moment. Thrill at the moment. Heaps is not done by a long shot. Mountain's got to keep eyes in the back of his head because Heaps will pounce whatever he tries. Heaps now goes wide to look for the switch on the inside there, but no, he keeps it wide with 1 lap to go. 3 points apiece. Heaps now at the inside. He sends it through like Chris Bomber Harris and says, thank you very much. I'm going through. Cameron Heaps there with an inside pass and takes the lead. Brilliant there. 4-2 for the Oxford team. But here comes Mountain back through. And that is what you call a sensational ride from Cameron Heaps. Back-to-back wins. What a ride.
Good ride that from Heaps, but Connor Mountain just ran out of ideas, I think. He got himself into a really good position and just ran out of ideas.
Yeah, he rode mid-track there and it bit him.
The result of heat number 8 was a win for the rider in red, Cameron Heaps, second in white, Connor Mountain, and third in blue, Luke Killeen, makes the progressive score 23-25 on the night, and crucially 69 apiece on aggregate. And we all know Dan Palmer's sitting there having a good laugh to himself at the scoreline because he's an immature man.
Well, he did say at the during our off break we had if he has a 4-2, it's going to be that number, and sure enough it was.
And
but watch his move from Mountain, literally out through the middle,
beautiful,
like a hot knife through butter. Here it is starting. He made a decent start from 4. Heaps has got across there, but Mountain keeps it pinned on the dirt line there. Getting a bit dusty, as you're saying. He switched back right there, comes through.
beautiful.
That was absolutely superb there from Connor Mountain. It was right here, look. So Mountain's there riding mid-track, and Heaps just goes, I'll send it in here. Riding mid-track, the dirt's now gone, and Heaps there just drifts out wide, and Mountain has no answer for it.
Jilks here will be hoping to dust himself off. Started his first ride really well before ending up on his bum, but was never really in it in his last one, to be honest.
Big race here, very big race for the in the contents of the meeting. The Scorpions still lead on the night, but they've now leveled up on aggregate.
And the lineup of Heat 9 going off the inside gate in blue, the aforementioned Dan Jukes. Gate 2 in white is Carl Howarth. Gate 3 in red, Ashton Bowden. And off the outside in yellow, Nathan Ablett. If Nathan can get a good start here and Howarth can clamp Jukes, this could be a potential opportunity for Scunny.
Yeah, it could swing the tie in the away team's favour. Of course, Oxford making this place a kind of fortress over the last few seasons. And of course, they were the team that ended Pool's 42 match winning run at Wimborne Road. Was it 42 or 48?
Yeah, about 3 years. Just say 3. It makes it sound better.
Just 3 years, yeah. It
3
just ended 3 years.
years.
The 3 years of Pool. Don't forget the winners of this match will face the aforementioned Pool over 2 legs.
I'd imagine the first leg will be next Wednesday as well, with both tracks being a Wednesday night.
Will it be at the Eddie Wright Raceway or will it be at Sandy Lane? We'll soon find out as Heat 9 is up and running, takes off and away they go, and an absolute flyer from Carl Howarth. And watch out for Ablett round turns 1 and 2. He's gone wide. Can he get the grip? But he hasn't quite. As he is very close. He's kept wide. Howarth now pinned down Jilks. Watch for Ablett. Watch for Ablett. He's got through. It's a 5-1 for the Scorpions. My goodness me. Jilks now fights back on the inside and comes through in the second place. Ablett there with a perfect switchback. But it's now second place and third place. What we're going to look for. Jilks there goes in deep into turn 3 and 4. Howarth there leading the way. It's all about second and third now. Jilks there holding it. Surprisingly, the match is Belgian at the back. But it's all about Dan Jilks. He's now challenging Carl Howarth. My goodness me. Howarth now pulls away. Jilks there in second place with Ablett now in third as they come with 1 lap to go. A 4-2 for the Scorpions. This will put them back in the lead and further their gap in the meeting itself. Ablett there very close on the inside curve there. It's a very flat race, but coming through to take the winner, heat number 9. A dominant win there for Kyle Howarth. What a ride from him, and it's most importantly, that third place. Nathan Ablett getting that third place. A 4-2 puts the Scorpions back 2 points in front on aggregate.
What a fantastic first lap that was from Carly. He trapped Jilksy on the inside, exited him bend 2, chopped his nose off down the back straight into 3 and 4 as well, and trapped him again for Ablett to come round the outside. The experience of Jilks came through in the end, but fantastic ride from Carl Howarth there to help his teammate out, and then cleared off for the win when Jilksy got through. The result of Heat 9 was a win for the rider in white, Carl Howarth, second in blue, Dan Jilks, and crucially third in yellow, Nathan Ablett. And this is the point where you've got to think Ashton Bowden, maybe this is just a little bit too soon.
Yeah, absolutely. And of course now you can't play you can't do a tax sub in these playoffs. So the more advantage that Scunthorpe get, and the fact that they can't play a tax sub in terms of Oxford, they're running out of ideas and races. Of course.
What a game from the Scunny pair that was. That was beautiful.
Yeah. As we said, Howarth made a start, clamped down Jilks, and through came Ablett. He almost
He's looking straight away for Ablett.
There again, looking again. 1, 2, looking through. Ablett came through there. I think if Howarth has gone a little bit tighter on turn 1 there, but then of course Jilks then came through and took second place. But again, another 4-2 advantage for the visitors. 29-25 in favour of the Scorpions, 71-73 on aggregate. It's getting closer. Are we going to have a repeat of last year's championship playoff match final against Poole and Scunny?
That was fantastic. Even the third place for Ablett, how crucial that could be to beat Ashton Bowden. Yeah. I know he's not 100% fit, but he still beat Ashton Bowden, one of the hottest stories this season in this league.
Well, Heat 10 now coming up, and we've got Sam Masters, who uncharacteristically had a third place in his second ride. He will look to bounce back after that. And Cameron Heaps with back-to-back race wins, and with the lineup for Heat number 10, here's Dylan.
Off the inside in blue for the Cheetahs is Cameron Heaps. Gate 2 in yellow for the Scorpions is Jake Allen. Gate 3 in red for the Cheetahs, Sam Masters. And off the outside in white, Simon Lambert. Really good looking race this. Sam Masters won't be happy with a third in his last one. Cameron Heaps has bounced back from a tricky start to win his last 2. Can Jake Allen get over the top of Heaps, and can Simon Lambert make that favoured outside gate work?
Well, we've just a bit of breaking news. We have just been told that Oxford are running in all 3 leagues again next season. So plenty more track time for the Chargers, Spires and Cheetahs in the British leagues.
They are a breath of fresh air for British Speedway as well, Oxford. They're breeding talent through, as you can see here with Jody Scott.
So start marshal there, calling the boys into order there. Lambert last to settle, going right
This
to the tape
start
there.
marshal's taking a piss.
So it's Heaps, Allen, Masters, Lambert, Heat 10,
Oh,
and a bit of a nibble there from Lambert
Lambert
on
moved.
gate 4 there. Yeah, but the referee has let the race continue, and it's the Monarchs on it's the Cheetahs on a 5-1. Masters now picking back up where he left off in the Heat 1, leading the way, and Heaps there in second place. What can the Scorpions do here? Lambert there right on the tail of Cameron Heaps. He goes wide on turns 1 and 2, but there's absolutely no grip there, and Heaps there pulls away with Allen surprisingly at the back. And another 5-1 on the cards here. Masters there, clear out in front, but it's all about second and third. Can Heaps hold on? A hard charge in Simon Lambert. Lambert that goes wide on turns 1 and 2 again. Tries to cut back on the inside down the back straight. There's not enough there. Heaps pulls about 2 or 3 boats clear. And this will level the match up on the night, but it'll still have the Scorpions in front on aggregate. So still plenty of matches, or still plenty of meetings still to go. With 1 lap to go, Masters there, out in front, looking for his team partner. They can just cruise around for a 5-1. It's not going to make any difference with Simon Lambert in third place. Allen at the back. Round for the final turn for the final time. And there's a maximum 5-1 for the home team, with Sam Masters bouncing back after that uncharacteristic third place in his second ride, with Heaps there in second place. But what a ride there. 30 points apiece. And now, in fact, Oxford take the lead on the night, 76-74.
Simon Lambert will get a warning for that after the race, but did punish himself, so smartly let go by the ref with the result of heat number 10. Sam Masters was the winner in red, Cameron Heaps second in blue, and third in white. Simon Lambert 30 apiece on the night, and Oxford regained their 2-point advantage. And you've got to think that Oxford are probably favourites in the second half of this meeting as well. They've got a good run of the favoured gates now. You've got Scott Nichols in the next one. You'd probably expect Luke Killeen in Heat 12 to replace either a not fully fit Belgian or Jody Scott. Then you've got Sam and Scott in 13, and Jilks, he looked better last time out in 14 as well, so it is going to be difficult now for Scunner.
Well, it's going to be I say crazy things have happened in Speedway, so hopefully it won't be one-sided going into the last stage of the meeting.
Scotty saying disgusting performance by Oxford. They're not going to prove my prediction right, are they?
Again, Drew Kemp in this race for the Scorpions, who was a surprising last race winner. Actually, he was quite dominant in the his last race, where he actually had a takes the flag victory.
And Jody Scott comes in blue in place of Luke Killeen.
Yep. So of course Kemp now will go up against Scott Nichols, who's only dropped a point.
Go on,
this meeting.
I wanted him to stack that. Yeah, Simon will be warned for that. 100% Simon will be warned for that.
Yeah,
Jake Allen was
clear.
Asleep. Jake Allen
He was, wasn't he?
nowhere.
He was like, tapes up, and it's like, hang on a minute. There you go. So Heat 11 coming into the business end of the meeting now. 30 points apiece. 76-74 in favour of the home team Oxford. As we look ahead to Heat number 11 with the lineup with you, Dylan Hodgetts.
The lineup for Heat number 11, going off the inside gate in white, is the Scorpions guest number 1, Drew Kemp. Gate 2 in red is the 7 times British champion Scott Nichols. Gate 3 in yellow, unlucky last time out, but a brilliant first turn for Connor Mountain. And off the outside in blue, a reserve change, Jody Scott comes in. And whatever happens here, whether Oxford do turn it on, I think Scunny can be proud of their riders' performance here tonight. They could have easily rolled over, and they've come out fighting and really done themselves justice.
Absolutely, of course, with Nichols and Kemp both had wins in their last race. Of course, they both dropped 1 point, so someone's got to give here their start to the meeting here. So taking their time to get settled in. Of course, there Drew Kemp there wearing his Leicester Kevlars underneath the Scorpions shirt.
Shame he never kept his Scunny ones from last season, and he could have looked the part.
Could have done what Lawson done, 3 different suits for one meeting, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Ipswich race jacket, Kingsland suit, and a pool bike cover.
Yeah.
Heat 11 now coming to order. Here we go. Heat 11 is up and running. And a superb start there from Scott Nichols from gate 2, right on the outside in yellow's Connor Mountain. Drew Kemp there looking over, sees his team partner with Jody Scott there in fourth place. Sorry, my apologies. But Scott Nichols there taking the lead there. The Scorpions there packing in second and third. This won't be enough for them. Need to get ahead of Scotty Nichols. But of course, with Scotty, with his expertise and 7-time British champion CV, he's not going to make it easy for him. In fact, he's pulling away full on, full gas from Scotty. Mountain there in second place. Kemp in third. Scott at the back. This will do the Scorpions. Of course, they're going to the last round of races with a couple of decent pairings, of course. In fact, Kemp's gone wide there, nearly hits the fence. But thankfully there, Scott was not in line to cause any damage there. He's still staying at the back. But Scott Nichols, unbelievable around this track. An Oxford legend. He's only been here for 2 seasons. Scott Nichols there takes the win. Great win there from Nichols. Second place, Connor Mountain. Third, Drew Kemp.
And
there, Jody Scott. Great ride there from Scotty.
The Scunny boys did what you'd expect there. Drew Kemp riding with a really mature head on him there. Saw Scotty had got away early on and just looked around for Connor Mountain, and they knew that the worst case scenario they needed to pack in the places, and they did. And for such a young rider riding at number 1, he's doing really well. The result of heat number 11 was a win for the rider in red, Scott Nichols, second in yellow, Connor Mountain, and third in white, Drew Kemp. Jody Scott at the back, 33 apiece on the night, and Oxford maintain the 2-point aggregate lead and are now just 11 points away from securing their passage through on aggregate.
So you're looking here, maybe 2-5-1s in the next 2 races here would seal it for Oxford, but of course Scunny won't make it very easy for them. That was a great gate there from Scotty on the back wheel. Literally powered right to the first corner. And that was game over the second he exited turn 2.
Well, we may as well already write in Luke Killeen in blue in Heat 12 in place of Jody Scott. That's what it'll be. This is a time where Ashton Bowden, if he's if he's got anything left at all, this is where he'll turn up, get the last one out of the way, and then rest up for a few days.
Just looking at the scores on the screen there, we got leading out on 8 points Scott Nichols, 8-1 for Cameron Heaps, 7 for Sam Masters. And you've got Belgian 3, Jilks 2, Colleen 3 and 2, and Jody Scott has 2. And for the Scorpions, Kemp and Mountain paid 7, Lambert paid 6, Allen 5, Kyle Havley on 8, Avalot on 4, and Harrison yet to score.
Luke Harrison's put in a lot of effort for very little reward. He didn't have the best of nights when Scunny came here in the league earlier in the season either. But he's all about learning, and Trace and Harold having a chin wag with Drew Kemp. Should we bring Palmer in and get his thoughts now after this part of the meeting?
Yeah, we will indeed, Palmer. Business time of the meeting now. You boys just lost the aggregate lead, and obviously tied on the night. What's your thoughts going to the last few races?
Yeah, thanks for reminding me. No, I mean, I shouldn't really say a certain opinion of mine, but yeah, not the best, but we're still in it at the minute. We need something in 12 and 14 because we're going to get naff all in 13 and 15 unless Kyle rides really ruthlessly. But yeah, we're still in it. Just unlikely that it'll happen.
Brilliant choice of guest at number 1 in Drew Kemp. He did make himself a firm favourite when he was at Scunny last year, and coming in late notice and doing a job at the moment.
Oh, best number 1 we've had since since Ryan Douglas. he could stay.
And sometimes you never know what you're going to get with a guest, especially a late booking like this. But he's come in and paid 7 at number 1 against the likes of Sam Masters and Scott Nichols. He's nothing to be scoffed at.
No, 100%, and obviously we had Drew at Scunny last year. He always gives you 100%. He's a fan's favourite. He's a favourite with Rob. It is quite a shame we couldn't keep him for this season. But I would definitely be all for having Drew Kemp back at Scunthorpe in future seasons.
And he does wear his heart on his sleeve. He's a little bit like Tom Brennan and people like that. The young British riders trying to make a name for themselves do wear their heart on their sleeve. So some people may say he's got a bit of an attitude problem, or if it don't go right, but he just gives you everything, doesn't he? And if it doesn't go right, obviously, he's a little bit disappointed.
Yeah, and that should be the attitude of every rider, really. If things aren't going your way, you're gonna want to get mad, aren't you? If you're not scoring points, you're not earning money, and if you're not earning money, how are you meant to get a kebab after the meeting? Do you know what I mean? So,
Yeah, you've got a
Yeah,
point.
of
um,
course.
but yeah, no. In Drew's case, can't complain at all. Almost definitely outscored what Michael would do, and if he's not busy, I wouldn't be surprised if he gets a call to come on Friday, and it turns out it was Jordan Jenkins on the spanners, not Luke Becker.
Yeah,
Well, Jordan Jenkins is actually on screen now talking to Jason Howard, sporting a very bright orange-coloured wrist cast there, as he's just been talking to Jason there.
He
that
looks like one of them little schoolgirls that's going to go around asking everyone to sign it.
that cast would suggest to me that JJ's season's probably over.
Mm.
Yeah.
Shall we take a quick minute and see if we can
Yes.
listen to what he's saying?
Yes, we shall do.
And we're back. We're back from the dead again. Getting ready for heat number 12. Winchester, it's getting very, very tight now.
it,
Maybe Oxford favourites, I think, from here. I don't think that's an unfair assumption.
I think the next two races are going to be very, very crucial for Scunny if they want to sort of keep this tie going. Because of course you've got 13 and 15. That'll most likely see Masters and Nichols in both of those. And it's all down to heat 14 if Dan Jokes comes to the party. But yeah, these next couple races are going to be very, very important. The man on screen there is Luke Colleen coming in for Jody Scott, partnering with Ashton Bowden, who needs to be on his game now with only 3 points from 3 rides. So Peter Schroeder want Ashton to sort of come to the party now, just for that big heat 13.
And Simon Lambert comes into this one with a warning for his little roller in his last one. This is where Scuddy need their captain to step up and lead by example.
All the Oxford boys there just geeing up Ashton Bowden. It's crazy that Ashton Bowden is only in his second season of Speedway and he's riding in 2 leagues, including the top league. You know, it's crazy, and he's not been, he's been alright, hasn't he?
And I firmly expect him to be in Poland next year as well, to be honest.
Yeah.
The lineup for number 12, going off the inside gate in yellow for the Scorpions, been really good tonight actually. Nathan Ablett, gate 2 in red, still feeling the effects from a crash on Sunday is Ashton Bowden. Gate 3 in white on a warning for moving last time out is Simon Lambert, and off the outside in blue, that reserve change that Winchester touched on, Luke Killeen replaces Jody Scott. For me, you've got to favour Oxford here.
Yeah, but I think Clean on the outside favoured start gate 4, but gate 3's not been too much of a slouch, and of course I think Simon, if he makes a start from 3, he'll be one to watch out for. But I say it all depends on what happens with if Bowden can come to the party, and then once again Ablett currently on 4 points.
This start Marshall's having a laugh.
So here we go then. Heat number 12, Start Marshall walks away. Seth Perkins sets the boys off, and away they go. And an absolute flyer from Luke Colleen. There's 2 riders gone down. One of them was Simon Lambert, one of them was Ashton Bowden, and the race there stopped. In the interest of safety, my guess are going to be all 4 back.
Nathan Ablett does give Ashton a little bit of a nudge, but bunching for me that.
Yeah, out the start there.
Although Ablett is out of shadow, that's bunching for me.
Yeah.
I don't like the fact that Ashton just got Size looking straight over there to see if he's okay, and Ashton just gets up and walks away. Just a little bit unsportsmanlike for me, that.
Yeah, never like that sort of thing. Clean's made a great start from 4, and then Bowden's gone down, and sort of, you can almost say it's like 2 incidents in one, but
that'll be all 4 back.
Yeah.
I just wish Ashton had gone to check on Size. Size is limping. Hopefully Ashton and Size are alright, but just a little bit of sportsmanship wouldn't have gone amiss there.
Well, I guess it's just the atmosphere of the meeting, and obviously how it goes.
I mean,
so bike's gonna get.
I mean, even if it's a final, you still expect it to be a little bit of sportsmanship, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like, Sai came down because of Ashton clipping him, so you apologise, don't you? But
here's the replay again.
Okay.
So watch gates 2 and 3.
1 and 2.
It was good. It was good start from Bowden.
Ablett actually does. It is bunching, but
yeah,
they could. Oxford may make an argument for Ablett. For me, he gets it back under control, and it's just 4 riders going for one bit of track. Obviously, we've just had the interval as well, and the dirt will have been pulled back to the inside, so all of the riders know that.
Well, I don't think the referee's actually made a decision yet. We haven't been told. There's no exclusion light, so my initial.
I think it'll be all 4. Ashton looks a bit knocked about though. That was the last thing he needed with leg injuries already.
Mm-hmm.
Luke Harrison's bewildered by so let's hope that there's not been an exclusion for Ablett. It shouldn't be. It should be all 4 back.
David Howard there talking to the riders, and of course in the background there in the black you got I believe that's Declan Colleen, which is Luke's brother.
Alan doing us a solid there. It's all 4 back. Right
all
decision.
4 back.
Right decision.
Yeah. Nice plug for the STS podcast there as well. All 4 back.
clerk of the course having a quick chin wag with David Howe, probably just informing him of the decision. Ablett had made a good start there, or in Winchester's case, all three back. Yeah, the podcast all four back with three hosts. Alan don't speak sense very often, but he has a point.
Yeah.
Jake
Absolutely agree with that.
Jake Allen coming out for a little chinwag. He'll be out in heat 14. Started off well, little bit disappointing in his last one, so he'll be hoping to put that right against Gilksy in 14. And both of these teams really epitomise togetherness. You know, there's a lot of, you know, riders who aren't in races, even if they're having a bad meeting, they're all standing around from both sides helping each other out.
Yeah, absolutely agree with that. Of course, Jake Allen was quite a fan favourite down at Plymouth as well.
Yeah, he won't be coming back. He'll be at Scunny next year. Don't get your hopes up.
Oh yeah. No, I've to be honest with you, yeah, to be honest.
Who are Plymouth again? Don't know who they are.
A team from the league.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. All right, laugh it up. Laugh it up.
I know who they are now.
Yeah.
Ashton's back up and okay. Si's alright as well. Just had a little word with each other. They seem alright. There's no animosity, and they'll crack on with the rerun of Heat 12. Just a little bit of drama, and we've done quite well so far. There hasn't really been any drama yet.
Yep. Hutty's there in the background thinking, "Oh, what am I going to do here? Do I want to push off? I'm going to do chain clutch." Just talking to him, say, "Yeah, go on then, mate. Off you go." Being pushed off there by Jordan Palin. In fact, the former Scunthorpe Scorpion rider himself, Jordan Palin.
I was going to say, since when did Jake Allen ride for Plymouth?
No, it was one of the riders that.
As a guest.
No, it wasn't a guest. It was one of the commentators that did Gladiators. Said he was quite he praised Jake Allen because he always rode well around Plymouth. So.
I was going to say he's never raced for bloody Plymouth.
No, he's not.
The
lineup unchanged.
The lineup, same four riders, same four gates, same four helmet colours.
Yep.
Nathan Ablett made a really good start then as well, and I think he needs to, because the dirt, as we just said, the dirt will be back on the inside now after the track grade, so everyone will be diving for the white line.
Mm-hmm. Getting close to the business of the meeting now. Not many rides left.
It's been a very good meeting to watch this.
Yeah. Only what, three stoppages?
Yeah. And,
yeah, 3 stoppages.
It's been good. A couple of tapes issues, but nothing major, and hopefully it all carries on in good jest, and we don't start getting a cluster FUCK for the last 3 heats.
So 33-33 on the night, 79-77 on aggregate.
And both teams obviously eyeing up that magical 90 points, because the first team to get to that on aggregate will be through. Oh, he's off again.
Again, they're going forward. Heat 12, second time of asking, is up and running. And a flying this time from Ablett from the inside. Colleen around the outside. And Scunthorpe are in the lead. It's a 5-1. Lambert and Ablett. Colleen there at the back in third place. And very close. Colleen splitting the Scorpions duo. But Simon Lambert coming good when it matters. He leads the way in heat number 12. Colleen in second. Watch out for Ablett though. He will try anything with Bougen in fourth place there, looking a bit second hand. But he's still keeping it close as Ablett down the inside of Colleen. It's very close between second and third. Lambert's there, checked out and gone. It's all about second place. Colleen and Ablett. Bougen's at the back, he's gone. It's all about second. What can Colleen and Ablett do here? Ablett hugs the inside line. He's going to get a long straight with 1 lap to go. Lambert's clear. Will it be a 5-1? Will it be a 4-2? Ablett now switches to the inside, almost does it. He's close there on the back straight. Down for the final time, turn 3 and 4. It's going to be Lambert taking the win. Who gets second? On the run to the line, it's going to be Colleen. But only just. But a great ride there from the Scorpions. They take the lead on the night and level up on aggregate.
What a ride. What a start that was from Nathan Ablett in particular, and Simon Lambert was there with him. Nathan Ablett more than did his job there. Ashton, again, probably a bit too soon. That knock in the initial staging wouldn't have done him any good. and Simon leading from the front there. And I think that just takes a little bit of the pressure off Heat 13, which, with all due respect to Carl Howarth and Drew Kemp, you'd expect to be a 5-1 to Oxford.
Absolutely.
The result of Heat number 12 was a win for the rider in white, Simon Lambert. Second in blue, Luke Killeen, and third, crucially in yellow, Nathan Ablett. Brilliant gate from Ablett, that.
Yeah, it was absolutely superb.
And Sai as well sent Killeen for the burger in the first turn, and it looked all good for the first lap, but Ablett maybe just a little bit in no man's land, couldn't decide whether to go high or low, stuck himself in the middle of nowhere, and Killeen said thank you very much.
Close though there. Let's see it close on the. Could have argued he could have taken his front wheel out there, but again the start line here. Ablett was clear at the start.
What a gate! We got 7 viewers. This is unprecedented numbers.
Yeah, Baujan is obviously. I think he's still nursing that injury, so he's definitely on the. Right there. Whoa, that was so close between Killeen and Ablett.
It would have been interesting if Ablett had gone there. But I think.
So here we go. Big Heat 13 coming up.
Yeah, this is the big
Oh. Oxford on 1 and 3.
And those gates have started to come good now.
Yep. This could be the turning point of the meeting. What was that old saying in Speedway? Happiness is 40-38. Could be the scoreline here.
Yeah, the lineup of Heat 13, massive race this, going off the inside gate in red for the Cheetahs, Sam Masters. Gate 2 in white, done a brilliant job guesting at number 1 tonight is Drew Kemp. Gate 3 in blue, 7 times British champion Scott Nicholls. And off the outside in yellow, he's been fantastic tonight, to be fair. Carl Howarth really led by example.
Yeah, absolutely, as a skipper's role. But of course, he has the same points as Howarth, so and this race is going to be very important in the context of the meeting. You expect to see how Nicholls and Masters in Heat 13. 15, sorry. So what would be the damage limitation here for Scunny? A 3-all?
I mean, well, even a 4-2 to Oxford. I think anything other than a 5-1 to Oxford here would be a good result for Scunny. I do think Scunny may be a little bit stronger in 14.
This race is very important here. Heat number 13. Masters, Kemp, Nicholls and Howarth. Green light comes on. Takes her up. Nicholls, bit of a nibble there at the start, but he's let it carry on. And in fact, it's the 2 Cheetahs. In fact, now the red lights are on.
Yeah, right.
Nicholls there with a little nibble at the start there. Nerves, maybe?
And, you've got a former Grand Prix rider, former British, multiple-time British champion, and even he's feeling the tension here.
Sam there gesturing to the pits area. He wants something done with his bike. Maybe it's like maybe a bit more fuel, or they're bringing the clutch cord out there. So let's see the replay here. Watch the mine in blue. Yeah, just ever so slightly. Just bit of a nibble for that one. So no harm, no foul there. Nicholls punished himself. So ref there to call it back.
Interestingly, that's both the Oxford 1 and 5 now. Sam and Scott are both on a warning.
I mean, even without that nibble, he made the start, and yeah, he just got called back because he gained an advantage.
Yeah, double clutched it, didn't he? So
yeah.
Scott having a nibble, never.
Jordan Jenkins there on the infield there, just gesturing to Sam Masters. Same lineup, same 4 riders, same gates, same helmet colours. Heat 13. Big race here.
And you can feel it. Obviously, me and you were both neutrals. I can't even imagine how Palmer feels watching this.
We'll bring him in before Heat 15, so see if we get his thoughts on this. He'll be thinking right now for Howard to pop out the start, get across Nicholls and Kemp out gate Masters, and get a 5-1.
I think this is probably the worst time to have gate 4, though, to be honest.
Sun's gone down, there's moisture in the air, the track's changed because of the temperature and the track conditions with grading and watering.
Yeah.
Riders there taking their time to get themselves all sorted out. So, once again, the start marshal there wearing a go-kart overalls, calling the riders into line.
I've never known someone so picky. Oxford doing all 3 leagues next year. I hope this idiot ain't back.
So, Masters on 1, Kemp on 2, Nicholls on 3, Howarth on the outside, gate 4, green light comes on. And away they go. And in fact, it is the 2 Cheetahs that make the start. Nicholls and Harris, Nichols and Masters on the back straight there, and this was writing on the wall. Watch out for Howard there. He's going wide, but there's no grip. Nichols there leading. Masters second. Howard third. Kemp at the back. The two Scorpions fighting for themselves. This will put the Cheetahs in the lead, both on the night and aggregate, with 2 heats to go. But then Nichols there leading the way, looking back, see where Masters is. He can check out and get a burger from the burger bar. And Nichols there showing why he is a veteran of the sport, looking behind every chance he's got. He's even going half throttle down the straight. Masters there in second place. The Scorpions have no answer for this Oxford duo, the legendary pairing of Nichols and Masters going to the last lap. And barring any mechanical failure, the Monarchs, the Oxford Cheetahs will take a 5-1 maximum, bringing the crowd to their feet. Nichols takes the win. Masters takes second, a 5-1, 40-38 and 86-82. They are so close to getting that final.
The worrying thing for Scunny here is that Carl Howarth's gone missing in the big heat again. He did the same on Friday at Scunny as well. He went missing in heat 13. The result of heat 13 was a win for the rider in blue Scott Nichols, second in red Sam Masters, and third in yellow Carl Howarth. 40-38 on the night, 86-82 on aggregate. Any form of heat advantage for Oxford in this next one, and they are through.
Through with 1 race to spare, so you might not see Nichols and Masters in heat 13. They might see Heaps and Masters, or even Heaps and Belgian or something like, because they've got the ties sewn up.
Got to give full credit to Scunny for making a real go of this. It would have been the easiest thing in the world for their heads to drop after the first leg. It would have been interesting to have seen if they had have brought a 10-12 point lead like many people expected them to, actually. Nathan Ablett comes in yellow for Luke Harrison as expected.
Yeah. And riders remain unchanged for the Oxford pairing for Dan Gilks and Luke Colleen. And, Luke Colleen's done well tonight.
Yeah, he has.
Consistent throughout.
He has, yeah. He's done really well.
All depends on what Dan Gilks does in this race. He's currently sitting on 2 points from 3 outings.
The lineup of the penultimate race of the evening is going off the inside gate in white for the Scorpions. Jake Allen, gate 2 in blue for the Cheetahs. Luke Killeen, gate 3 in yellow. Probably the man of the meeting, to be honest, Nathan Ablett. And off the outside in red, Dan Gilks. Any form of heat advantage would put Oxford through. A shared heat would mean that Scunny need a 5-0 in the final race to go through. Any advantage for Scunny would help him, obviously, but yeah, anything other than an Oxford heat advantage, and it goes down to the last race and potentially a super heat if needed.
Yeah, that'd be good for my first time, wouldn't it? So a lot of pressure on Allen and Ablett here in heat number 14. The gate stats: gate 3 has had 46% of the wins, with 6 wins, 3 each for 4 and 2 and 4, and only 1 heat win from gate 1, which is where Jake Allen's sitting. Start marshal there once again, call him to line. He's set the first time. There we go. Happy days. Heat 14. Here we go. And up flutter tapes, and away they go. And it's a flyer from Jake Allen. And in fact, Ablett's there with him. The Scorpions are 1 and 2. Watch out for Dan Gilks on the outside. He's cutting through like a knife through butter, going 3 wide down the back straight. And Gilks there keeps it powered on. Dan Gilks, where has he found that from? That is absolutely sensational. Picked them off like a hot knife through butter. And he's cleared out in front. I think this will clinch the match. In fact, and he's still going. Yes, he's still going. Got also a red light then on the corner. Watch out for Colleen. Colleen is not done on 3rd place. He's going right round this. This could be the match-winning moment for Luke Colleen. He's gone round the outside of Nathan Ablett and takes that 3rd place. This will seal it for Oxford tonight to go through the grand final. Gilks says clean out and gone, but I think Colleen, he wants 2nd place. He wants to make it that 5-1. He's going right round outside of Jake Allen. Luke Colleen means business time, 1 lap to go. So Jake Allen there. He's wide mid-track. Colleen around the outside. Gilks there, clean up and gone. It's all about 2nd place. Colleen with 1 last chance. He's getting closer and closer. Goes wide on turn 3 and 4. Cuts on the inside. What can Colleen do on run to line? It's going to be Gilks winning it, and Allen just holds on. But that's the win. That's the victory for the Oxford Cheetahs, and they qualify for the grand final of the championship playoffs. What a ride there from Dan Gilks from the outside, and he is absolutely pumped for that.
Jake Allen took too long to turn around and look over his shoulder there. He needed to protect Nathan Ablett for that 3-all to take it to a last heat, and he didn't. And ultimately, that's what's cost Scunny of a last chance. You know, although it was a little opportunity in the last heat, you know, it would have gone there. Jake Allen just not playing the team game there, unfortunately, and leaving Ablett to fend for himself. And that's it. They've reached the magical 90 with a heat to spare, with a win for the rider in red, the Guest Dan Winchester. Second in white, Jake Allen, and third in blue, Luke Killeen. Nathan Ablett at the back, and it all started so well for Scunny in that heat as well. They gated on a 5-1.
Yeah, but what a ride there from Dan Jokes. The perfect, the decent guest here for Oxford. Only having 5 points from his 4 rides, but that last race was so important. And even if there was a 5-1 for the Scorpions in Heat 15,
even a 5-0
it won't matter. It won't matter. It'll be 90-89. So no matter what Scorpions do in the last race, they're going to qualify. But watch this from Dan Jukes. Gets taken up wide by Ablett there. Scorpions on a 5-1 originally, but Jukes keeps it pinned on the corner. Goal gets a bit of an elbow in the face there from Ablett.
Elbows.
Yeah, it just literally goes right round him, and he's like, "I'm out of it, boys."
Ablett could have maybe been a touch more ruthless and gone a little bit wider on the back straight, but you're talking about split seconds. He's just, again, with no man's land down the straight, and Jilks, he says, thank you very much. Ablett notices a little bit too late, but yeah, good effort for Scunny this, and while we've got a quick delay whilst we wait for 15 lineups, let's get Palmer in for an immediate reaction.
Yeah, Palmer, what a night it's been for the boys. Just last heat. And, well, I mean, you're proud of the boys, though, aren't you, for getting this close?
I mean, it's been a good night, but it's also been very frustrating. You know, tonight we have exposed our weaknesses, as in not having any real big hitters. You know, obviously with Oxford, you've got Sam and Scott, and yeah, it's been a good season again, and we've still got a chance for the BSN series until obviously it's released. We're against Poole. So yeah, we're all Pirates next week then, yeah.
Well, not Winchester. We don't like them.
Up with Pirates.
Up with Pirates. And we will have coverage of those meetings on here when they're confirmed. Obviously, it'd be interesting to see how this goes with both teams being a primary race night of Wednesday. Poole do have Fridays as an option as well, but little bird
Wednesday and Friday confirmed.
There we go.
There we go.
Poole have got their wish, which would tell me the Knockout Cup Oxford will get choice of who goes home and away first.
So again, Poole get the second leg like they normally do, and Cheetahs will have it all to do in the first leg on Wednesday, the 25th of September, and then 2 days later, on Friday, 27th, Pirates against Oxford second leg.
And Oxford will need to be better than this. As a team, they will need to be better.
Who will be the championship champions of 2024?
Poole.
Workington.
Poole.
Oh,
Glasgow. Oh, hang on, they're not there. Sam Masters is in red in 15. So they are going to go for Sam and Scotty, aren't they? And try and because the meeting could still be drawn on the night with an unlikely 5-1 to Scunny, and you know they've given a good account of themselves, to be fair. And this sets them up good for Friday, because if they'd have been absolutely battered tonight, the confidence would have been down, and Edinburgh would have smelt blood.
So Jason Howard just talking.
And we'll thank Palmer for his time, and me and Palmer will be back next week for watch-alongs on Wednesday. We won't be doing one on Friday, but we will be back on Wednesday for one.
Yeah, no dramas.
And I think we may be doing one for the second leg of Sheffield and Bellevue tomorrow. That be confirmed at some point.
We'll soon find out for that one, chaps.
Peter Schreck talking nonsense.
I'll probably say Scotty and Sam in Heat 15. Who'd you put in for Scunny?
Drew Kemp and Simon Lambert. I think Drew Kemp's been fantastic. Even as a guest, I think he's been superb, and I think he's thoroughly earned an opportunity in 15. Carl Eworth will be in there, but should he be? He's got another big meeting tomorrow, so maybe David Howe will rest him for that one and give somebody else the shot. And Winchester, one for you. As a Plymouth fan, how does it feel to watch some good racing, Mush? Has it been good? Has it been nice?
It's been great. You know, it's not often I get a chance to see good racing. Literally. You know, it's been good. Yeah, it's just seeing it on a decent track with decent overtaking. And yeah, it's just been great being able to see some good racing for a change. Not that Plymouth give any decent racing, because of course, I think didn't Plymouth beat Scunny this season?
Don't know.
They didn't they?
Don't know.
No, well, it might have been a knockout cup second leg, but of course then Scunny had a 61-29 win. So
I was going to say, which team has made the playoffs? Which team is down there getting the last of the rain?
Yeah.
Peter Schreck does not look very happy there.
And of course, whoever wins a knockout cup gets Plymouth in the first round next year, as per normal.
If that's not an incentive, I don't know what is. We've just one race to go. We will wrap up pretty much straight after this one.
Yeah.
So we'll take the opportunity now to thank Winchester for his time. It was nice to have a guest in for a change and see how it goes, and it was good fun.
Oh, it's Howarth and Allen in Heat 15. Howarth in white, Allen in yellow. Against Masters in red, Nichols in blue.
And I'd imagine, looking at the numbers, Oxford will take 1 and 3.
Let's see, one. Is that Hutty pushing Scotty off? There it is. Go on, Hutty. One big push. Go on, one big push.
Stacky, go on, give us a laugh.
Oh, brilliant.
Letting the boys down. Scotty B, go on Oxford. And it's been nice to have some different names in the chat tonight as well.
Yeah, because they all knew that I'd be here.
Well,
because I posted on my own personal page. So
what a boy! And Oxford are off 1 and 3.
Yeah.
We don't know if or when Winchester will be back, but it's been really nice to do this tonight.
Yeah, I'm more than happy to come back whenever you need me, guys. You know, just give me a shout. Heat 15 lineup.
The full lineup of Heat 15, going off the inside gate in red for the Cheetahs, is Sam Masters. Gate 2 in white, Carl Howarth. Gate 3 in blue, Scott Nichols. And off the outside in yellow, Jake Allen. Whatever happens here, it's been an entertaining meeting. I think the team that everyone expected to advance have advanced, but Scunny have certainly made them work for it. And Danny Ford may be watching this and licking his lips, because there has been a couple of potential weaknesses exposed in the Oxford armour.
Well, Scunny had that 10-point lead in the first leg, and it's come back to bite them. No disrespect to Palmer there, but Scunny threw it away on the home leg to have a 10-point lead and then to lose it by 2.
And it could have been oh so different if they had have brought an advantage here.
Well, it was the same with Plymouth and Birmingham a couple of years ago. Plymouth were like 17-7 in front, 17-7 in front, and Birmingham brought it back to 42 points apiece, and had a last heat 4-2, and Plymouth won it. So it was at Thompson, Pickering, Worrell, and Sedgman Heat 15. That was good. For the final time tonight.
Final time, Winchester, take us away, son.
For the final time tonight, here we go. Heat number 15. The tie's in the bag for the Cheetahs. It's victory formation now. Masters, Howarth, Nichols, and Jake Allen. And away they go. And a flying start there from gate 1 in red, Sam Masters there. Come around the outside in yellow, Jake Allen. But Howarth there holds in second and third. Nichols at the back, but you know he won't be there for long. Masters there, clean out and gone. Scorpions there, second and third. Allen looks across, sees it's Howarth. Howarth now blocks the inside runner, Scott Nichols. Nichols now goes high, wide, and handsome. And he's gone even wider. He's going to go through in between the two. My goodness me, Scott Nichols, take a bow. That was sensational. Last of second. 5-1 for the Oxford Cheetahs. Masters there checking out. Watch out for our nose. Come back on the inside. but it's not going to be enough there for the Scorpion Pair. In fact, how they're right close to the inside curve there. But this is why Oxford signed these top two boys in the league this season. It's Scott Nichols and Sam Masters with 1 lap to go. Masters now hugging the inside line, looks across, sees it's Scott Nichols. Victory formation for the Oxford Cheetahs here tonight. Round the last corner for the final time. It's a victory on the night, victory on aggregate. It is the Oxford Cheetahs that take the win and progress to the grand final of the championship playoffs against Poole. And what's right there, a final 5-1 and an 8-point win on aggregate, or 8-point win on the night, and a 10-point aggregate win.
Can we just say normality is resumed? Carl Howarth, the share of SH1T that he is, has returned, and Sheffield fans must be absolutely pooing themselves now. That was atrocious. I don't know why he was in there in the first place. There was other deserving people. It wouldn't have made much difference, but he just packed up and gave up in the end, and
Yeah.
it's not ideal. We'll have a quick look through the individual scorers for both sides, starting with the Oxford Cheetahs, 49 points. Sam Masters 12 and 1, Cameron Heaps 8 plus 1, Ashton Bowden 3, Dan Gilks 5, Scott Nichols 13 plus 1, Luke Killeen 6 plus 2, and Jody Scott 2. For the Scorpions, 41, Drew Kemp 6 plus 1, Connor Mountain 6 plus 1, Simon Lambert 7 plus 2, Jake Allen 8, Carl Howarth 9, Nathan Ablett 5, and Luke Harrison failed to score, makes it 95-85 on aggregate. 10 points in the end, maybe a little harsh on Scunny that.
Yeah, it was all down to that heat 15. They knew that they were up for it from the beginning there. But it was a great start there from Sam. Scotty missed it initially, but you just knew that Scotty would use all his experience and came good when it matters. Went high, wide enhancement to turn 1 and 2, and then picked them off one by one. Joined his partner for Sam Master there for a 5-1. And with a little bit of a nibble at the start there, so I'm surprised ref didn't call it back for an unsatisfactory. But yeah, great win there for Oxford, and congratulations to them going through into the grand final. Here's that move from Scotty. The two boys on the inside there, absolutely no chance. The second that Scott got past, that was game over, and got you there rolling back the ears. But they need all the guys' help. They need all the guys to be 100% ship shape for Poole in a couple of weeks, in a week or so's time, to hopefully get the championship to Oxford this season. But a great win there, 8-point win on the night, and a 10-point aggregate win.
And we'll wrap proceedings up now with Winchester being the guest. We'll let him wrap us up.
Well, it's been a great night here tonight, chaps, and thanks for having me on board. It was a win tonight for the Cheetahs. They progressed through to the championship playoff grand final against Poole. For D&D Media, I've been Chester. He's been Wolfie. We'll see you guys very, very soon. Take care and good night.